I'm not going to sugarcoat this. You've moved in with him. You wash his clothes. You cook his meals. You even share the bill sometimes. And you share his bed. And you share your body. Even though you've moved in with him, he's still not proposing because you believed, somebody told you, I don't know where you bought the lie that if you move in, you move closer to becoming his wife. We're going to look at why that is a lie. The fallacy of moving in moves you closer to being his wife. We live in a culture of cohabitation where both for economic reasons and for romantic reasons, young women are moving in to live with a boyfriend. Sometimes the boyfriend moves in to live with a girlfriend, whichever moves. People believe that moving in together will move you closer to marriage. But it's not true. I have a lot of people that we see in church, we see at work, we see in our offices, we see in counseling, that they come in and say, I moved in. And now a year after, 2 years after, he's not even proposing. But it looks like we are even disconnected instead of coming closer together. And you'll be wondering why. Why is it after you've moved in, 2 years, 3 years after you've moved in, he's not even proposing? It looks as if things are cooling off. You've moved in, you have rigged the realities. Your relationship is already rigged. You have started from the end. The end is that when you get married, you move in, you live together. But you've not gotten married and you've lived in. So you are giving him the duties of a wife, and you don't have the dignity of a wife. If he's getting the duties of a wife, if you are doing for him everything that a wife is supposed to do, why would he want to marry you? Why would he want to propose? If you take a car, you can sample the car for 2 years. Would you want to buy a car in those 2 years? I can get a car from Volkswagen or Toyota or Ford, and they say keep it for 2 years, sample it for 2 years. No sensible man want to buy a car in that 2 years, because you have a car you are sampling for 2 years. So that's exactly what you've done. You've given him a car to sample for 2 years, and you think that in those 2 years you want to buy a car. Why would he want to do that? You have rigged the situation. You have rigged the realities by giving him the duties of marriage, and he hasn't given you the dignity of marriage. I'm going to tell you the hard truth. The hard truth is, if you get one food and get one bed and get one body, he's not going to be in a hurry to propose. He's already very comfortable the way the arrangement is. He gets one food every day, he gets one bed every day, he gets a one body to sleep with. You need to ask yourself, why would he be in a hurry to propose? Why would he be in a hurry to get married? Because he's already getting marriage rights without marriage responsibilities. So you need to wake up and say, look, how do we reverse this? He's getting marriage rights without marriage responsibilities. How can we get him to take marriage responsibilities? So we need to start to review what we are giving to him. We need to begin to withdraw the rights that we are giving to him. Let me tell you this as straightforward as I can. The statistics is against you. What do I mean by that? Statistics that we've looked at says that 85 to 95% of people that have lived in together for 2 to 7 years are still single after all this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years they're not married. We have decades of data to support this. And so if you're going to look at statistics, the statistics is not on your side. It's very likely that you spend 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years with him and still be single, because that's the most likely thing. People think that when they move in together, they're going to move closer to get married. It doesn't work like that. It's a fallacy. It's a lie. What happens most times is that when you move in together, the dynamics of living in together, the process of moving in together starts to show him reasons why he shouldn't marry you. Brings us to the next point. I'm sure you've had endless excuses from him. The first excuse you always hear is about his apartment or his accommodation. I call it A. A lot of people say my accommodation is too small, I want to get a bigger apartment, I want to get a bigger accommodation. And it sounds like he's making a reasonable excuse, a reasonable expectation out of you. You will be okay, let me give him time, probably to move from this 1-bedroom apartment to maybe a 2-bedroom before we get married. But maybe he says the cost of marriage is too high. I'm trying to save money for the cost of marriage, to pay dowry, to pay for event center, to pay for this. It's a long list. Or maybe he's talking about his business. Business is anything he does for a living. It may be a job, it may be a business. So it could be A, it could be B, it could be C. But the idea is there's always a reason. Some people even say, I'm trying to convince my family, I'm trying to convince my mother, I'm trying to convince my father. I want them to buy into this marriage. They have not given their go ahead. So you're waiting. He's talking about apartment, he's talking about business, he's talking about cost, he's talking about his career, he's talking about his family. He's going to give you all these reasons. As long as you are listening to these reasons, if you start to give this explanation to your family members or your friends who will ask you, what is happening? So you start to give them the same excuses he's giving you, as if they are very reasonable and they're looking at you. And some of them are pitying you, but you think you have something reasonable to tell them. His apartment, his business, his job, his this, his that. And years are going. 2 years becomes 4 years, 4 years becomes 6 years, and 6 years becomes 8 years. And the excuses are endless. I'll tell you this straight as it is. You might be surprised. You will be with him for 8 years. And all of a sudden, when he wants to get married, he gets married to somebody he just met 4 months ago. You'll be wondering what happened. You need to wake up to the fact that living in together is not bringing you closer to marrying him. You are moving in together is not bringing you closer to marry him. It's actually bringing you closer to regret, to disappointment, to had I known. So you need to have a meeting with him, sit down with him and ask him, what are we doing? If you're not getting married to me, let me know. What's going to give you an answer that is not straightforward? That brings us to the next point. A breakup may be your best breakthrough. You need to end this. I'm sure you are thinking about your losses, what it has cost you in terms of time, in terms of money, in terms of your life. You've put in everything, and you are like, how do I start all over again? Where do I go to start again? Where do I meet the next person? But as long as you are thinking about this, you'll be losing more and more. So the best breakthrough for you may be a breakup. I'm going to say that again. Your best breakthrough may be a breakup. You can write that down. So you need to think about breaking up with him instead of contouring and listening to his long excuses. Because the truth is, he's not planning to propose. He's looking for excuses. He's looking for what to tell you. He's looking for the best way to get you out of the way when he wants to get married. If this message spoke to you, I want you to hit the like button. It helps you to show it to more people. And don't forget to subscribe, to share with some other people. If you are new here, my name is Forward. JP Forward.